Welcome and thank you for taking your time to tune in to 138 MMA for another fight breakdown. We are on fight number 2 for week number 7 of Dana White's Contender Series 2022. We've got Nariman Abbasov taking on Ismael Bonfim. This fight is by far my favorite fight of the card. I think this one should be the main event. Look at their records. I wrote their whole records up this time. Typically, I just do their last 5 fights. Both of them are 5-0 in the last 5. Abbasov, 28-3 for his career as a pro, whereas Bonfim is 17-3. Both of these guys could just go straight to the UFC roster as far as I'm concerned, and I wouldn't think anything of it. These guys have a better resume than most of the new signing fighters to the UFC. So for me, this fight is way better than you expect to get for a Contender Series matchup, and I'm very excited for it. But let's get into the breakdown. So starting with Abbasov here. Abbasov has phenomenal grappling offensively and defensively, as you see here. Offensively, he is great with the takedowns. Defensively, you're not taking this guy down. He stuffs takedowns with a heavy sprawl typically, and when he does so, he makes you pay for it. So he'll connect with you as he sprawls, put the hurting on you. Following up with that, he has deceptive kicks. His punches, not so much. Kicks are great. He'll hit you with a spinning back kick out of nowhere. Very little tell, very little setup, and just flips in there and hits you with, before you even realize he's throwing a kick, you've already been hit. Punches, on the other hand, they leave a lot to be desired. So hooks, overhands, uppercuts. That's what he throws. There are 0 straight punches in this guy's arsenal, okay? So great kicks, not so much on the punches, but he throws a lot of punches. The volume is what gets you with those. He does come forward. It's not like he's backing off very much in a fight. Typically coming forward, throwing those big looping punches, which could hurt him against somebody who can strike at range. But, like I said, that offensive and defensive grappling, not going to find a lot of better on the regional scene. Cardio somewhat can fade towards the end of a fight. I gave it a negative, but I don't see it as a big negative. You're gonna get you're fighting another human being. You're gonna get tired. His isn't that bad, but if I have to give him another knock, I would say it's that. Something to take note of: 2 of his 3 losses, as you see there, 2 of those are at welterweight. This fight is at lightweight, so obviously that's a 15-pound difference. So 2 of his losses are at welterweight. Take that as you will. But yeah, so Abbasov, solid prospect. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he just went straight to the UFC instead of this fight, but instead, here we are. We're on the Contender Series, and Abbasov is going to fight Bonfim here this Tuesday. So, Bonfim, looking at him, 17-3. One of those 3 losses is to Renato Moicano, who we saw not too long ago go to a 5-round brutal fight with RDA, where yeah, RDA controlled that fight, but Moicano is a dog, man. So with that said, one of his losses is at featherweight to Renato Moicano. As I mentioned down here, he is a former featherweight moving up to lightweight, but he's been at lightweight for a long time now. I believe 2015 was his last featherweight fight. So he's obviously grown into the body, fits the body better now. So he is now a lightweight, and you don't have to worry about him being undersized in this fight. And I believe they are the same height as well, 5'8", if I'm correct. Bonfim. So opposite of Abbasov, opposite of Abbasov, Bonfim has really crisp striking all around. So good head movement, strikes back with straights, can hit you from different angles. The problem is and I don't know that it's actually a problem for him because he's fighting someone who is very aggressive, is sometimes he does have a bit lower output and does look for that counter striking. So in this matchup, Bonfim may not have to worry about that, but if he gets down the road into a fight with someone who is also a counter striker, it'll be we're less likely to see him be the one that wants to come forward, that wants to throw in volume. So but he does, like I said, have really good striking, and in a matchup where the other guy is going to be pushing the pace on him, I think that'll be something that leads to a very exciting fight. With that, he does have good cardio. It might be because he takes a measured pace to that. And his grappling, his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is next level. It's very good. Coming out the regional scene, he's super solid for that. The only drawback, like I said, is his lower output. In this fight, this is probably the hardest pick for the Dana White's Contender Series that I've ever seen. And coming into this, I had no idea. Obviously, experience is on the side of Abbasov. Grappling is a wash because jiu-jitsu is phenomenal. Not going to take Abbasov down. Offensive grappling is great. Do you want to take him down? I don't know. So, I mean, this is a really, really challenging fight for both these guys. Like neither of them have the kryptonite to the other guy's Superman. So, but what I'm gonna say that highlight for me that I think gives this slightest bit of an edge is in the range striking, where Bonfim has the clear-cut advantage with the hands. Like I said, Abbasov does have those kicks that he can sneak in there, but I'm going to say that Bonfim is going to be able to hit Abbasov more often when Abbasov's coming forward, more often, and he's also going to be able to hit him with a rangier strike. He doesn't throw those big looping hooks and overhands throughout the majority of the fight, whereas Abbasov does. So for me, in this fight, I'm going to go ahead and take Bonfim.